Hello, 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 brothers and sisters. I'm very, very happy to welcome you to a new edition of our show titled Speak of Africa. It's a new week, and we're really glad that we have a whole lot of stories to share with you. We hope you enjoyed your 4th of July weekend, because we really enjoyed ours. But we want to start the show of today by thanking all our subscribers. Please keep the numbers coming up. If you've not subscribed to the show, it's time for you to do so right now, because when you subscribe, whenever we have a new show, you get it right away. So please don't forget to subscribe, okay? Then those who have been watching the show who have not subscribed, finally, this is an opportunity for you to do so. We also thank our advertisers, and we thank some of you who are really watching, and some of you are really doing business with us. We really appreciate it. You contacting us from different states and you're using our services. But we ask you to also patronize most of the guys who advertise on this show. So for the 4th of July, we really want to take you back. 4th of July means the declaration of U.S. independence, okay? U.S. independence. The people always celebrate it because it reminds them the day they became free from the British. Similarly, as Africans, what does this tell us? When we look at the 4th of July celebration, we look at the Statue of Liberty, and I've been to Ellis Island more than 3 times. I understand the French donated this statue to the United States of America as a symbol of freedom. But what I find it incomprehensible is the fact that these same French are not willing to give freedom to Africans. Africans remain in a French plantation for so many years, and they remain French slaves. So this is a situation that we see that is changing, because we're realizing that more and more of our people are gaining consciousness. They are gaining the awareness that they should not be French slaves anymore. They are marching out of the French plantation. The band is playing, and my people are marching out of the French plantation. And when we look at this march, so many protests are going on. Look at what happened in France a few days ago. The French Parliament. Cameroonians decided to walk away from the French plantation. So they went to the French Parliament in Paris and they started protesting because they were unhappy with the way France is interfering in the affairs of their country. So you can take a look at this video. I know most of the time the guys are screaming in French, and you may not really understand French, but they're just saying liberté, égalité, fraternité. These are hollow words used by the French. They give you the impression that they are a country of enlightenment. Paris is a city of lights. But these people represent the heart of darkness. Whatever is negative about the human mind is found in France, because they continue to keep Africans in bondage. So the Africans are protesting. So this video is a way for the African people to take the message to the French capital, so that French parliamentarians should know that Africans are tired of being their slaves and they need to free Africa. So that's the message you see in this message. Since we're now in La République du Cameroon, La République du Cameroon is really having a whole lot of hard time this week. When we look at it, it's not easy for them because the people are protesting. And of course, there were a lot of homemade bombs that rocked the capital, Yaoundé, in the last few days. These were a lot of bombs. So it's not really the first time that bombs have hit the capital city. Who made these bombs? Of course, the people they call rebels or separatists are responsible for sharing these bombs. It looks like they sent their guys to bring these bombs and blow them up in Yaoundé. So I had warned before, from the very beginning of this show, that if care is not taken, Yaoundé cannot just be an oasis of peace. The trouble that is buffeting the regions, the Northwest and the Southwest, are going to be transported to Yaoundé. Some people thought I did not really know what I was talking about, but today, whatever I predicted is happening. People are really seeing it. When you look at La République du Cameroon today, it's becoming more like a land of mirrors, miracles, magic. Nothing is really working. Eneo, the power company, cannot even pay its bills. Okay? Victoria Oil is terminating their sales agreement because Eneo cannot pay its bills. So things are really falling apart. The government is really broke. and they're just struggling to make ends meet. They don't just want to tell you the truth that the crisis has really touched them to the core, and things are really terrible, things are bad. And we tell you that things are not really going on well. So who are to blame? Of course, they've been arresting a lot of Anglophones in Obili, and we can see pictures and videos of most of these arrests. The Anglophones have become victims. So I've been warning most of the Anglophones that now is the time for you to start staying away from Yaoundé. If you think the Northwest and the South regions are not peaceful and Yaoundé is an oasis of peace, then you're smoking something, because things are going to get worse in Yaoundé soon, because the people are going to be fighting and fighting for power. So that's exactly what is going to be happening. So we're just telling you to think twice and don't just stay here and get caught in the fight. So if you have time to think, now is the best time to pay attention to our advice and do something about it.
Hey, yo, Shape, I thought you was going to take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shape. When I say his services are the best in the states where he's born, he even take care of your tax forms, back refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
So we're going to take you now to Ambazonia. A few days ago, before we celebrated the 4th of July, news reached our offices. We understood that Sissoko Ayoktabe has started pre-talks with La République du Cameroon on handling a ceasefire. So which means what we've been calling for so many years, it looks like probably it may be happening. But is the Cameroon government serious this time, or are they just playing games? Because each time the people are preparing for the next UN session, this government gives the impression that they want to negotiate with the Anglophones. But in reality, they are not really serious about negotiating. So what do they really want? So they need to tell us this time, because if you look at the story is everywhere. We have so many papers reporting on this. If these people are not serious, the United Nations, the international community is watching. If they think they can continue playing games in the international community, let them be careful. Then for Sissoko Ayoktabe, finally, those who have been challenging him, accusing him of wrong things, now they are seeing who is the chosen person to negotiate for Amba freedom. So those who are taking his position, I know they are really regretting now, because they see that Sissoko Ayoktabe is the choice of the international community to negotiate for the Ambazonia people. So we're already seeing how things are really morphing in this direction. We only tell Sissoko that the hopes of the people are with you. Are you going to betray them the way they have been betrayed in the past? So the people don't want you to betray them. So think twice as you go into these pre-talks and negotiation. Mandela did it for his people, okay? He did it for his people, and did he give away the store? To some extent, the South African people thought he gave away the store a little bit, even though he decided not to negotiate as a prisoner. But you are a prisoner, and you're going to be negotiating as a prisoner. So it's good to be careful, because prisoners can negotiate, right? Okay, some people say a prisoner should not negotiate. So it depends on your own logic. Think about it. The only concern we have is the people do not want to sell their birthrights. They want to take their country back. So if you can think very well on this score, I think the people will be very, very happy with you. So many people are already reporting on these peace talks. So the way it happened. But you remember, before you even pay attention to these peace talks, my friends, I'm going to play a video of President Paul Biya declaring war on the people of Ambazonia. He was coming from a meeting in Ivory Coast, then he decided to declare war on his own people. Watch the video for a minute. I know the video is in French, but I just want you to get an idea to see what happened. Take a minute to watch it.
J'ai appris avec émotion l'assassinat de 4 militaires camerounais et de 2 policiers dans le sud-ouest de notre pays. Suite à la disparition de ces 6 valeureux militaires et policiers, je voudrais présenter mes condoléances aux familles éprouvées, ainsi qu'à nos vaillantes forces de défense et de sécurité. Je pense que les choses sont désormais parfaitement claires pour tout le monde. Le Cameroun est victime des attaques à répétition d'une bande de terroristes se réclamant d'un mouvement sécessionniste. Face à ces actes d'agression, je tiens à rassurer le peuple camerounais que toutes les dispositions sont prises pour mettre hors d'état de nuire ces criminels et faire en sorte que la paix et la sécurité soient sauvegardées sur toute l'étendue du territoire national. Je vous remercie.
Okay, thank you for watching the Paul Biya video. So this is how it all started. A war that was declared by Paul Biya, who thought he would win this war in 2 weeks or less. The war has been going on now for 4 years. They're killing the people, but the people are surviving. Okay, most of them are dying, but as Spartans, they never surrender, and they are fighting back. In fact, when you look at the number of weapons that most of these people in Ambazonia have, you'll not believe it. When the war started, they had no weapons. Then later on, they started using den guns. But today, they have automatic weapons, powerful weapons. I was looking at some of the videos some of you sent to me. Now, the people are really looking for powerful rocket launchers as weapons because they want to blow up all the military vehicles. So this is where things are heading. So why can intelligent people not rise up and advise Mr. Biya that, listen, now is the time to end this senseless war. We cannot win this war because you cannot go to fight the people in their home and defeat them. You're not going to win because the minds of the people are ready to fight for their freedom. So you're just wasting your time. So if you are not taking rules, dictates from your French masters, you should have just allowed these people to live in freedom. So we're going to see if you're going to allow these people to really negotiate. Because if you don't allow them to really negotiate, then it's just going to be a losing cause. So we're really happy with the new developments. We've been reporting on this every week. We'll come up with something new so that you should really know what is happening in the Ambazonia area. We're going to take you next now to Nigeria. In Nigeria, we have a tale of 2 Nigerians. Some people have good ideas about Nigerians. Some people have bad ideas about Nigerians. But the story we're going to tell you now, there are 2 stories. One story really deals with Mr. Ikena Nweke, who is a doctoral graduate in Japan. He found a purse containing a lot of money. But it's surprising that Mr. Ikena Nweke gave it to the authorities, to the police. When the police decided that he was supposed to get 10% of this money by Japanese custom, Mr. Ikena Nweke refused to take any of this money. He said no. He is contented. He's happy with his life. He doesn't need money. So you can even see the response of the Nigerian president, Buhari. President Muhammadu Buhari was praising this Nigerian. He made Africans and Nigerians proud to show that he is not the kind of person who just want to take from people for nothing reason. Okay? He wants to make money his own way. He believes in self-reliance. He doesn't just want to take money from people for nothing. He's not a beggar. So he tells us that Africans are not beggars. And we see the way the Buhari government started really praising him. So this is really something positive. This is what an African should be like. We've always preached self-reliance on this show. Africans are not thieves. Africans are not beggars. Africans have brains. Africans can do things for themselves. So Mr. Ikena Nweke has shown a salutary example, and let us thank him for it because he has really made Nigerians and also Africans proud. By contrast, we're going to show you the story of another African, another Nigerian. This one is called Ramon Abbas. Ramon Abbas is a social media star. He was arrested as a result of US action in Dubai for money laundering and other crimes. When you see him riding in Rolls Royces, stealing money left and right, so eventually his crimes caught up with him. You can see him well-dressed, sitting at the back of a Rolls Royce, Louis Vuitton. You can see where he goes shopping, those exclusive stores. That's where Ramon Abbas goes shopping. But finally, his crime caught up with him. We know that this guy is a thief, okay? Social media, Instagram, parades all his nice stories. He has a big following. But now all these followers know that he's the thief and he's not going to be followed anymore. They're going to leave him alone and he's going to rot in jail. So you see the contrast. An African who is positive and an African who is negative. So we don't want to perpetuate those stories where they say, oh, Nigerians are bad. No. Look at Ikena Mweke. He has shown that Africans are different. Nigerians are different. So do not use one broom to just sweep all the people and put them in one category. No. People are different. So you have people who are good and people who are bad. So that's it for this story.
Life insurance money secrets of millionaires and billionaires exposed. Discover how America's rich and famous exploit these arcane tools to build fabulous wealth. Why should these big white guys have all the fun? Let Prince Ojong, the celebrity author of The Miraculous Millionaire, show you the little understood life insurance way to riches. Are you still doubting the good things that life insurance can do for you? Trust strategies, estate planning, 401k rollover, annuity contract, cash value, education funding, executive benefits, income protection, life protection, living benefits, mortgage protection, tax-free retirement? Think and grow rich with life insurance. Your amazing journey to wealth begins by calling Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131.
Next, we're going to take you now to Congo DRC. We've always reported on Congo DRC, and we've told you that recently Felix Tshisekedi took over the reins of power in the country from Joseph Kabila. But it looks like Joseph Kabila did not really want to leave and go away. He wanted to stay. Because what he did, he masterminded the elections, he rigged the elections, he gave the presidency to Felix Tshisekedi thinking that with this backroom deal, he can come now and have a lot of votes in the National Assembly, then he will be controlling the legislative branch of government. But things have really come to a head now because the former president and the new president are not really getting along. Their two camps have been trying to work out a form of rapprochement, but things have not really been working well. At one point, Joseph Kabila had to really drive to the presidency to meet Felix Tshisekedi himself and try to negotiate directly. But it looks like an issue now is on the table that is really fanning the flames of division in the country. And this issue is judicial reform. It looks like the Kabila camp is masterminding things so that they can obtain more power, to make the justices to have more power so that they should have a lot of influence in the country. By contrast, President Felix Tshisekedi looks at this like a form of power grab, and he doesn't want this to continue. So he wants them to lay low and allow him to continue running the country the way he sees fit. So we think this pre-augurs something terrible happening in this country because the two guys are now on a collision course. So how far is this going to go? Because eventually we think they may have to come to blows. And when this happens, as I say, when the elephants fight, only the little people really suffer. So we really feel sorry when we look at what is really happening in Congo DRC. But as we say, Joseph Kabila has had his time. We don't really know why he doesn't want to leave power and relax. He wants to stay in the back room trying to control things. Felix Tshisekedi is a very smart guy. He knows how to play the game. 2023 is around the corner. It may look like it's far away, but we just think it's just on the horizon. What's going to happen? Is President Felix Tshisekedi going to allow these guys to sweep him away? We don't think so. So it's going to be like a soccer match. Mr. Felix Tshisekedi is going to learn how to really dribble so that he can get most of these guys out of the way and score and keep the presidency. And that's what we think is going to happen. So we think his predecessor is going to be very disappointed because they're going to make him lose all those powers. Because I think finally, Felix Tshisekedi is beginning to think that, well, if I want to be president, then I have to get rid of most of these people on my path because they are preventing me from even taking any action. Since he became president, it's difficult to achieve anything because the Kabila forces are always blocking his moves. So this is really terrible. And I think he has finally gotten to a point that he really wants to take some positive action to help the Congolese people. So from Congo DRC, we're going to move now to Rwanda. This week, we've seen some positive news about Rwanda and some negative news. But most of this news centers on Paul Kagame, who is the president. A lot of foreigners are really enchanted when they look at the achievements of Rwanda since the genocide. And the gains that Rwanda has really made are attributable to the leadership of Paul Kagame. But there are also those who really criticize President Paul Kagame as a dictator about this criticism and says, well, maybe on the last day of judgment, God will judge him fairly, better than his critics. And he's really getting sensitive to much of the criticism that he finds his way, and things are really hitting him hard, and he doesn't just like what is happening. So when we look at this, we say, okay, what's going to happen now? So we need to take a look and see if he can really learn to accept criticism and let his critics speak so that things can continue. Okay, after Rwanda, we're going to move to Ghana. So there's a lot going on in Ghana, and it looks like President Nana Akufo-Addo is really having a lot of work cut out for him, especially on the eastern side of Ghana. History will tell you that much of what we know today as Togo, some of that territory was cut off and given to Ghana. Okay? So like Western Togoland was really part of Togo. Okay? So now there's some kind of dispute going on because these people now really want to have their own country. Okay? Western Togoland wants to be an independent country, and they want to be fighting. They form a separatist movement where they want to just have their own country. But does the state of Ghana want this to happen? So they have been fighting with these people every day. And we're seeing that a lot is happening in this direction, and we're gathering a lot of information. In fact, we even want to interview some people who have more information about this matter so that we can give you more intelligence so you can know exactly what is really happening in this part of the world. Because it looks like a separatist movement has been going on for a while, and it looks like the Ghanaian president is killing some of those people, and they are treated badly. The army is really manhandling these people, describing them as separatists and bad guys. So there's a whole lot of tension, but it seems as if the international community is not even paying attention to this crisis. Because it's part of the African nation, we want you to know what is happening in the African nation. So we want you to know that something wrong is really happening, and we need to really pay attention. We're going to be sharing more of this with you. And it looks like with the coronavirus hitting much of Africa, the airlines now are ready to start flying again. Ethiopian Airlines, Royal Air Maroc, Air Senegal, and the others, they are really getting ready to start flying again. But we just think the Africans have done a better job trying to handle most of these spikes. So we think we salute them. But at the same time, we've covered a lot of issues which we wanted to give you as the news stories on the show of today. But we've always said self-reliance remains a priority. which is why on this show we preach self-reliance. Self-reliance means you have to raise yourself from your own bootstraps. We told you before that we've developed an app, so we're testing stuff now and we're ready to launch this app. This app is called Alexa HTC. It's going to be a very good opportunity for most of our people. Those who are working as professionals, those who may need to work as salespeople, we're going to give you the opportunity to be able to thrive because this is a very big app. So we really want to use this to change things. We're going to move internationally. We've been sharing a lot of videos. App, which is called Alexa HTC. We're going to crank this machine up pretty soon. Before the end of the month, the machine will really be fired up and ready to blast into cyberspace. So if you've not heard the news, we're giving the news to you, and we want a lot of you to share this news because we think it's going to help a lot of people. That's our website. We're asking you to be able to go to this website and check out the information. The returns are very good. We'll be doing direct sales. So if you really want to participate, I want to remind you to subscribe. Bye-bye.
Express Driving School is the place for excitement of fast-track driver education, drug and alcohol testing, driver counseling, bilingual translation. For all your MVA needs, contact us. John F. Abbey, 6480 New Hampshire Avenue Suite, 207B, Tacoma Park, Maryland, 20912. Office phone, 301-270-0018. Cell phone, 240-644-3977. And you can reach us at our website, expressdrivingeducation.com. Medical practice software is too old. Indeed, all the programs are built on MUMPS, technology of the 1950s, and the programs cost too much money. Epic and Cerner cost billions of dollars. Meditech costs thousands of dollars too. In fact, that's why we created AlexiaHTC.com, a new and free EMR/EHR for doctors. AlexiaHTC.com is built for HIPAA. Yes, magical one-screen technology, ease of use, quick charting, amazing e-prescribing, tight labs integration, multi-office difference, because we believe doctors and patients need a break today. Be the first to test drive AlexiaHTC.com. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. Act now. Call 240-350-1131. Alexia Care Corporation at AlexiaHTC.com.
Unique Auto Repair. This is a brother from Ghana. His name is Emmanuel Ofori. He has a good business and he repairs cars. He repairs all types of cars. Mercedes, Toyota, Honda, you name it. The brother does it. He repairs everything. So even if you buy a car from the auction and you need to get it fixed, go to Emmanuel Ofori, Unique Auto Repair. He will repair this for you. It's very, very good. He has repaired my cars for me many times, and I love the service. And if you mention my name, Prince Ojong, he will give you even something also.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.